Welcome to this explainer. Okay, I am absolutely thrilled you're here because today we are going to completely demystify programming. I mean, let's be honest, right? We've all stared down that menacing, blinking cursor or looked at some giant textbook that just feels like an impenetrable wall of complex math. Well, prepare to have your mind changed entirely. Today, we're diving into the Play First loop from Play First Programming, and by the end of this explainer, I'm going to show you how you can build your very first web page in literally minutes using tools you already have with zero prior experience. It's going to be efficient, accessible, and honestly, incredibly fun.
Okay, let's dive into this. Did you read a structural engineering textbook before building your first Lego spaceship? Obviously not. I mean, unless you were a very unusual child, nobody handed you a 500-page manual before you were allowed to play. You just dumped the bricks on the floor and started snapping things together, right? You learned how the pieces fit by actually holding them in your hands and experimenting. And that is the exact philosophy we're applying to coding today. We naturally learn by doing and experimenting, not by memorizing dry manuals.
To really understand why this is such a game changer, think about how people usually try to learn coding. The traditional timeline is incredibly strict. It goes learn, then practice, then maybe, eventually build. You're studying for months before you're actually allowed to make anything you care about, and because of this, most people simply quit before they ever reach the fun part. But the Play First method, it completely flips that timeline on its head. You imagine, you build with AI, you play, and then you learn. You start with a toy. The learning happens because of the project you're interacting with, not as some boring prerequisite to it.
So the crucial point here is summarized beautifully in this quote from the source material. You learn by reacting, not memorizing. Think about that word for a second, reacting. When you're reacting to something happening right in front of you on your screen, your brain is actively engaged. You aren't just trying to cram syntax into your short-term memory. You're seeing cause and effect in real time. This whole methodology relies on engaging your curiosity and your real-time reactions to drive the education forward.
Section 1. The Four-Step Rhythm.
So, now that we've got the philosophy down, let's get into the actual engine of this methodology. This loop is the absolute heartbeat for everything you'll do, whether you're playing around in HTML, exploring Python, or tinkering with C#. It's a simple four-step rhythm. Step 1 is imagine. You just start with the what if, a feeling, an image, or a question. Absolutely no technical knowledge required. Step 2, prompt. Just describe your idea to an AI, like Claude, ChatGPT, or DeepSeek, in plain English. Talk to it exactly like you're explaining a game to a friend, and let the AI write the first version of the code. Then, step 3 is play. Run the code, watch it, click the buttons, move the sliders around, but don't touch the code yet. Just experience the toy you just made and observe it without judgment. And finally, step 4, tweak and break. Find just one number in the code, change it, save it, refresh, see what happens. Actually breaking the code is the goal here. If the screen goes blank, that's a massive win, because it means you've found a boundary.
Section 2. Your Hidden Developer Toolkit.
Now, you might be thinking, okay, this sounds great, but I don't have the right software to do this. Well, I have incredible news. You already own everything you need to start right now. Your Hidden Developer Toolkit is literally sitting right there on your computer. It's all entirely free, and there are absolutely no downloads or monthly payments required to get started. Now, what's really interesting here is how incredibly accessible these tools are. The first one is just a simple text editor. This is where you'll paste the code the AI builds for you. If you're on Windows, just open your Start menu and open Notepad. That's literally it. If you're on a Mac, open TextEdit. Now, Mac users, a quick, friendly insider pro tip for you, you absolutely must go to Format and click Make Plain Text. It's a vital little step to make sure your code actually runs.
The second tool in your kit is your web browser. Chrome, Safari, Edge, Firefox, whichever one you're currently using right now acts as your playground. Think back to that play step from our four-step loop. This browser is exactly where that magic happens. It's where you'll actually view and interact with the code you create. Again, no fancy developer environments to download, just the browser you already use every single day.
Section 3. The 30-second web page.
All right, let's pick up the pace a bit because we're going to put this into practice right now. To simulate the excitement of building, we are going to run a quick experiment without even using AI. We're going to prove you can create a web page from scratch in under a minute. Treat this like a fun, rapid-fire countdown. First, open your text editor, Notepad on Windows or TextEdit on Mac, remembering to set it to plain text. Second, type a headline, just a simple line of text. Third, go to File, then Save As. You must name it sandbox.html, not .txt, but .html. And Windows users, make sure you change that file type drop-down to All Files first so it doesn't default to a text file. And fourth, the final step, find that sandbox.html file on your desktop and simply double-click it.
If your browser opens and displays your headline, boom, you are officially set up. And this brilliantly illustrates what just happened here. You didn't just visit a website on the internet. No, you created an independent document, and your computer rendered it entirely from scratch. That right there is your functioning development environment. And the whole shebang is ready to go.
Section 4. Rules of the Clubhouse.
Before we wrap up, let's just slow the pacing down for a moment. To truly succeed with the Play First loop, we need to adopt a specific, really empowering mindset. These are the core principles you need to keep in mind. Rule number 1, curiosity is the only qualification. I literally cannot stress this enough. You do not need a math brain, you don't need any coding background whatsoever. If you have the ability to look at something and ask, what would happen if I changed this, then you belong here. Your curiosity is the engine that drives this entire process.
And because curiosity is your engine, Rule 2 naturally follows. We break things on purpose. Let's move to this and see how it builds. We actively need to reframe how we view a blank screen. In traditional learning, a broken project or a blank screen is, well, it's seen as a failure. But here, it's a landmark. It means you push the code until you found the exact edge of the map. Breaking the code is actually how you discover how the code works. So we celebrate those blank screens.
And finally, Rule 3. If you enjoyed making it, it worked. Always remember the context of what we're doing here. We aren't building rigid, stressful enterprise software. We are building toys. Now sure, sometimes those toys might eventually grow up into useful tools, but the absolute finish line for our purposes is fun. If you had fun making the project, the learning naturally follows and the project was a total success.
So, what does this all mean for you? Well, I want to leave you with this final, provocative question. What will you build first? You now know that you don't need a textbook. You have all the tools you need already sitting on your computer, and curiosity is your only requirement. You are completely capable of doing this. The Play First loop is waiting for you. So grab your AI, open your text editor, and go build your first toy.